D&Dark is an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure that is intended for older audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions.
Hello and welcome to D&Dark, a comedy horror adventure Realplay podcast loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and starring some of history's most infamous monsters. I'm Danger Dan Jerz, and I am your host / Crypt Keeper.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cruz, and I play Imhotep the Mummy, our cleric. And last session, I didn't have magic, so that went well for me. We met the Froggy Rangers, and Jack is totally fine.
He's fine.
Totally fine. Don't like that, Grayson. Don't like that, Grayson.
He sounds happy. He's laughing a lot.
Fob, you stay out of this, friend.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Larry Talbot, the lycanthropic warlock. And last time we had our magic removed. And so a lot of us had to learn what we can do with that now. A lot more melee attacks are happening, but we made our way up the tower. We met Dr. Jekyll. And potentially have met Mr. Hyde, not sure, to be determined. Jack and Dr. Jekyll work together and have made some big changes that I'm a little nervous about, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's going according to plan, right?
You've got nothing to be afraid of.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, our barbarian paladin, and... we're so screwed. Okay, so yeah, as Jordan said, we lost our magic, which Mary is totally okay with because he's essentially going back to his barbarian roots, if you will. Because for the past few major arcs, he was really getting into and trying out his paladin powers, which he still loves and absolutely adores, don't you worry. But he needs to get back to the barbarian roots. He needs to get back to the rage, the anger, the let me hit stuff and do massive damage. But also, Dr. Mother Effin' Jekyll.
Yes.
That son of a biscuit did something to our friend Jack the Invisible Man, and things aren't looking good. Also, Froggy Rangers.
Also, Ben, you had a parasite pulled out of you last session.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the thanks. You'd be frog food if it wasn't for me, but no, somehow I'm the bad guy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron, and I play the Phantom of the Opera, our bard. So not having magic sucks. There's not a lot of fun and interesting capers and japes that I can get into, so I consider that a pretty significant nerf. I'm glad that Mary made it out, that surgery was a success. Jekyll seemed really cool. Jekyll immediately stopped seeming very cool when he shattered the mind of one of our teammates. Phantom's going to have a really hard time because being good would be cool. I'd like the team to like me, but also... it kind of seems like this Invisible Man doesn't like the goody two-shoes people, and I don't have to be a goody two-shoes people, so...
I mean, whatever's the most fun.
Stop it. Get my rolled up newspaper.
Hello, I'm Grayson. I played Jack Griffin, but now I play the Invisible Man. It's really entertaining at the fact that everyone's blaming someone else and 100% for it. So last episode, we had Jack help recreate the permanent invisibility potion, but now Jack has stepped aside and the Invisible Man has now entered the scene. Still getting caught up on everything that has gone on because Jack kept a nice little notebook, and how convenient for us. He's learning a bunch of new information about the team, and he's learning about all the people that are in the room because, of course, no one wanted to introduce themselves, but it's okay. He'll take liberties when they're required.
I don't like this.
Hello, everyone. I'm Fob, and I will be playing Dr. Henry Jekyll, and no one else. Absolutely. Nobody else is home. There's nobody else here. It's fine. There is no Edward Hyde. I'm just a little guy.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, Fob.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
I mean, Fob wouldn't lie to us.
Right? Last time, what happened last time? I helped someone who seems ungrateful now, duly noted. I helped another guy, and he's all smiles and laughs now, and so that seems like a win.
Balances out.
Yeah, it balances out. I don't know why people wouldn't trust me. I've literally done nothing but help people and give them exactly what they want/deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And you made an attack with the funny number.
That's true. To be fair, I might be more vibing with you than our cohort.
That's
at least for the time being.
You did help me with no essentially like strings attached, so I will remember that. Don't worry.
Okay, that's good.
Oath of redemption here. Gotta try to redeem people.
That's good to know. I'll use that.
You won't be the only one.
Oh God! God damn it!
So with that, let's go back to everything being fine.
Larry, you called a team meeting.
Okay. Well, now I gotta actually think about what I'm gonna say.
Larry, we talked about if you're going to call the team meetings, Larry, you have to come in with an agenda.
I'm sorry, there's just a lot going on right now. Okay, so, well, Agenda 1, that happened, and that's all I got.
Also, I think there is a fire still going on, like, south of you guys.
It'll take a while to reach us, we're fine.
It's fine, we can't see it.
So what's the plan? I get the feeling that any sort of fun, shady, tricky method of handling this is probably not going to be something you or Mary are okay with.
What sort of fun, shady do you have in mind?
I was going to commit whatever crime he wanted to commit, get my magic back, and then kind of root around in his head. A lot of my magic is psychically based, so I figure I can mess with him.
Well, I think getting the magic turned back on is not a bad idea. I've got some things that I could maybe do as well, but it's getting him to do that now might be tricky.
Well, we just do whatever he wants to do, right? Probably kill somebody or steal something, I don't know.
Do you remember who his benefactor is?
Yeah, Dracula, right?
Yes, exactly. Somehow, I do not think we wish to do anything for the man whose goals ultimately align with Dracula. Even if he says, "Oh, I don't actually want to work with him. He's just giving me money." He's still giving him money. He still has an invested interest in whatever Dracula has to say.
I don't know, there might still be a way to reach Jack, but I don't know.
I have a very, very dumb idea, but I'm going to save that in my back pocket, metaphorically speaking, as a last resort.
Can we know what it is?
Later. But how about we try and see where this is going just for a little bit. We'll keep a very close eye on him. I mean, he did do this as I show him the decision to get the parasite out of me, because that was going to be a very big problem in this heaping spaghetti of problems.
Well, he did say he wants to get out of here as well, so I guess he's kind of on our side for unlocking the doors.
Yes. I look over to Imhotep. Yes, his benefactor is Dracula. That is dangerous. He is dangerous. And I look over to Larry. He also wants to get out. How about we play this, make him seem like we're all, well, not buddy-buddy, but what's the bloody hell? What's the term?
Enemy of my enemy?
You know what? That's good enough as any. How about we keep him on the shortest leash we can. Always have an eye on him. And the very second he does something that goes against not only us, but that goes against Jack, that goes against the benefits Dracula, we put him down. Maybe not outright kill him, but at least make sure we know exactly where his loyalties lie. And if they align with Dracula, then he is unredeemable and we need to take him out.
All right. I think, yeah, ally with him, get the magic turned back on, and then do a sort of, and I look over at Phantom and Imhotep, I'm like, do a sort of hug the werewolf type situation. Don't ask me how I know, but somehow I know, and you know it does work a little bit. So I think if we could do something like that, we can get our boy out of there. Does that sound like a plan? Are we all on one page?
You hugged the wolf?
You were there when we hugged the wolf.
Yeah, he refused to do the hugging, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what his problem is.
Oh, that's right. Somebody thinks he's too cool to hug the wolf.
I am a little hurt, but it's fine. I understand. Anyways.
Oh, shit. Oh, the fire's kind of creeping up. So we're good with this, right? Oh, ooh.
Yeah, let's go.
No, and we'll head on up the stairs.
All right, so everyone scrambles up the stairs. Sorry, I had like 3 people send me private messages at the same time right there.
What the heck? Y'all are scheming?
You know, it's not even me.
You know, the fact that it was 3 people means it can't all have just been me and Grayson. So which one of you can't we trust?
So as everyone makes their way up the stairs, in advance, the Invisible Man and Dr. Jekyll ? Went off ahead, and you've made your way up to a further up platform that is more exposed to the gears and cogs of the actual inner workings of the clock tower. You make your way to an open sort of working platform with a series of catwalks hanging above the grinding gears and cogs of the clock tower. There are also very treacherously and cartoonishly placed some very powerful fans that are blowing full speed and might be actively hazardous to work your way around.
Excellent. Love that.
I see nothing wrong with this.
So, doctors, where are you two at? What's going through your heads? And as you have a moment to yourselves, do you take advantage of that temporary isolation?
Invisible Man, he's more focused on the hunt right now because it's been a while since he's been able to let loose and come out to play, as it were.
Go ahead and roll perception with advantage.
Come on, Grayson. This is your chance as a new character. Perceive away.
Oh man, that's super exciting. I rolled the same number twice.
2 nat 1s.
We all wish, trust me. 2 9s, so I get a 10.
With a 10, as you've made your way up the stairs and are seeking after the gray Froggy Ranger, which, just an aside, a thing that Jordan brought up in between sessions, we settled on Froggy Rangers when Battletoads was right there.
It was.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I led us astray. This is truly...
No, it was a gift.
No.
It was a gift,
were,
Fob.
I don't deserve to be here.
You were doing the real rogue thing, okay? Like, you lied to us, we believed it, it was perfect.
I am definitely 100% a rogue and nothing else. This is all good.
As someone who writes for video game publications and is trying to make video game writing his job, I feel ashamed of myself for not thinking of Battletoads.
Exactly, we all blame Ben.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
What the hell, Grayson?
So putting Ben's heinous crime aside, as you make your way upstairs hunting after the gray Froggy Ranger / Battletoad, you have completely lost the trail on this one. Any of the sounds of skittering get drowned out by the gears and cogs, and while you do see some slimy residue along the walls and ceiling, it seems to disappear very, very quickly. Dr. Jekyll / Hyde, I would like you to roll perception with advantage.
Please see my environment.
Oh, I would love to see the environment. Well,
Tell me it's a 10.
no. I rolled well, actually. So this is, I rolled poorly, but I somehow still got an 18.
You devil.
With an 18, there is no trace of the skittering of the gray Froggy Ranger, but you do hear very faintly, hidden among the gears and cogs and whirring,
I almost wish I hadn't perceived that. Like,
Give it back.
now I'm the only one that knows to be anxious. That's fun.
Exactly.
And Dan, this is just coming from like reverberating throughout the space.
Yes, you can tell with an 18, this is coming from within the room.
Okay. Well, we've come this far, and I don't see the gray Froggy Ranger anymore. What do we do now?
How boring. If the prey has decided to flee, I suppose we could have our own fun.
What do you have in mind?
I was debating on whether we should at least watch the other mice scurry around.
Interesting.
How about we do what we can to watch them get through these little obstacles that we have? And if something bad were to happen, I suppose that's not such a big loss for us.
None whatsoever. I'm smiling maniacally.
If the two of you would like to roll stealth, I will have everyone else arriving at this time.
Could I use the grappling hook to, shoot over in the scaffolding?
It would be a little precarious, but yes.
I will go ahead and do that.
Hate that I have to ask, but is Invisible Man naked right now?
I believe currently he is clothed.
But also, Jordan, thank you for reminding me. So, Jack will go ahead and shoot up to the scaffolding area. Or, not Jack, sorry. Invisible Man.
I need the gen to specify.
I've been trying to do that the whole game. He will go ahead and remove all his clothing, go completely undetectable, and fold it all and hide it away with all of his gear, so he just gets to watch the show.
Then at the same time, Jekyll or Hyde, feel free to also roll stealth.
Well, I don't have the ability of nudity making me more powerful at hiding. So, I'm just going to get behind these barrels over here, and I rolled a 25.
All right, you are hidden.
Nudity not required.
All right, and everyone will start to arrive just as the two of you are hidden away.
Can't see them. Don't know where they are. I really don't like this.
Dan, would I be able to tell whether it was believable that they would have left the room? Do I know if they probably sprinted across and up or are likely on the threshold?
Roll insight with advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
All right, so I've got a 19 plus.
Odds are high that they would still be in the room.
Cool. And it was a 24 ultimately. Okay. So Phantom's eyes slit and he looks left and right. Dear God, he's naked.
Oh, that's not good. There's a lot of cogs everywhere.
And Phantom, as your eyes are slitting around, you see off in the corner of the room, you momentarily make eye contact with a pair of milky white eyes staring at you from the shadows.
Oh, no.
God damn it! Froggy Ranger, team, form up!
And now, loudly billowing through this room, you hear... as leaping out from the shadows is an enormous black amphibioid creature
Oh, no.
that is lumbering towards you, standing up concerningly tall. This hulking mass of frog lumbers out, hands dragging across the ground as it stares at you with those glossed over, milky filmed eyes. And everybody roll initiative.
Yippee! I like to imagine that before the giant frog creature jumped up, in response to what Phantom said, he finds us in this, Ginyu Force pose.
Yeah, we hella posed.
Just, and then,
So, Aaron, you are first.
First things first, bonus action. The sword will sing. Acting as though of its own volition, everyone sees the C-sharp hop out of its sheath and kind of bounce around like a cartoon creature and sings in a beautiful harmonic voice. And for 5 turns, we are blessed.
awesome!
All right,
And that's
so
so
everyone,
cute.
so every friendly creature of Aaron's choice within 30 feet of him, add a d4 to all of your rolls.
Can Aaron update his definition of who is a friendly creature?
Oh, don't worry. Jekyll's never gonna get it.
As this feeling of being blessed washes over Imhotep, it's a very familiar feeling. It's one he's known before, and he just kind of takes a deep breath in and looks around for the source, and then looks at Phantom and just goes, God damn it.
Don't worry, it's the sword. It's the sword.
It was nice, like a warm hug.
See, it did, and then I realized the source, and now it just feels uncomfortable.
All right, well, be uncomfortable as you have +1 D4 to attacks and saving throws.
I'm very thankful, but it feels like a weird hug.
Well, I like it. It's nice.
Like a hug with like a family member that you see like once a year and you forget their name, and then they come like, oh, you got it so big, but it's only been a year, so you haven't really grown that much, but they're like overcompensating, and they come and they give you a great big bear hug, and you're like,
I'd like to attack the frog.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
You hear from the barrels,
Man, someone sure is looking to get torched in the mouth right now, huh?
Oh my god, thank Jesus. This is because of the comedy. It's a nat 20. So as Imhotep's talking, the sword just takes action. As Phantom is confronted with this giant frog, a flash of cowardice returns to his face. He hasn't been out of his depth like this in a long time. And the sword kind of turns to face him, and like a reflection of Christine's face is like seen in the blade. And she sighs exasperatedly, and the sword jumps into action and attacks the frog.
God, that's really cool.
That'll be 13 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
And that was super cool, and I barely had to move to reach it, so then Phantom takes this opportunity to run away.
Yay.
And the sword turns around from this incredible attack, cool Valkyrie blood everywhere, looks back for like a heroic moment and just sees the back of Phantom's cape as he's like fleeing. And then it hops over.
So cute.
Mary says, I saw it, you did awesome!
The sword bows, impossibly bending in like a 90-degree angle.
I don't think you're supposed to do that!
While that happens, Imhotep stops, stares, and looks at the Hellraiser, shakes it, wiggles it, tries to make it do anything on its own.
There is a small gasp that you can see, like, as some spirits flit through the blade in the reflection of it, but that's it. So, after that attack, the Death Slod
That does not sound great.
is going to leap over towards you and will make a multi-attack.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
It is going to try to bite the Phantom, and that's going to be a 21.
That will hit.
7 piercing damage plus 10 necrotic damage.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ow, ow.
Then it is going to turn to the other cluster of people around it and is going to make 2 claw attacks at Imhotep. That is going to be a 12.
That misses.
And an unnatural 20.
Good.
So then the claw will deal... That's going to be 14 slashing damage.
I don't like that.
And 11 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Which necrotic you should be resistant to, I believe.
So it's 5 damage I'm taking for the necrotic?
5 damage from necrotic.
That was not very nice of you, sir. Ow.
So taking that multi-attack, it will then heal for 10 HP and end its turn.
All right.
So now it is Larry's turn.
Oh, it is,
You got this, Larry. Grayson believes in you.
Thank you, Grayson.
I also believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
What nice barrels.
Okay, so I think what I'll do is try to grab its attention, wave and scream, and mimic a wiggly worm to entice the frog. I'm going to roll to hit to get its attention, though. Oh, it's a nat 1.
Oh! With a nat 1, you have its attention.
Well, swing and a miss, and then trip and scamper as close to these barrels as I possibly... Ooh, I'm gonna put myself kind of close to the wind here. What I was planning for as I put my back close to this giant fan blowing the strong gust of air over this catwalk, to describe it for the audience, I want to use the scythe to anchor myself by hooking it around one of the sides of the catwalk.
You can absolutely do that after you make an athletics check because of your nat 1.
Yeah. Would anyone like to take a guess?
Was it another nat 1?
It was another nat 1.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry, but I think we both know that means you're falling.
Stop it!
Goodbye, Larry! Into the gears you go, sweet boy!
You will land on the floor below and take 6d6 bludgeoning damage.
Larry!
So 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Could be worse. Could be
It's
worse.
not horrible, but it's also not great.
And now it is Imhotep's turn.
Stellar.
He's reeling a little bit from taking a bunch of damage. I'm going to do a swing with the Hellraiser.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
I do add a d4 to the roll, right?
You do add a d4.
I rolled a 24.
A 24 does not hit.
It doesn't.
I'm going to scream.
I'm sorry. Did you say a 24 does not hit this slot?
As you swing at the slot with the Hellraiser, you see flashing over it a burst of psionic energy that absorbs the hit from you as this little translucent purple sheen flashes and ripples, and it pulses out through the walls of the tower, and you can see that connected to whatever is causing the anti-magic is also empowering and protecting this death slot.
So wait, hold on. Are you saying that there is a visible tether of this thing to the slot? Like I can trace the source from the slot to whatever's causing the anti-magic?
Yes.
I was expecting more than just, no, that's it.
No, you summarized it pretty succinctly.
So he's going to swing, watch as this whole psionic thing happens. He's gonna like grit his teeth, and then just because we're funny, he's gonna kind of soften his face a little bit, lean around the slot, and like watch the thing trail into the distance. Hey Mary, you got this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Cool! Which direction am I running to chase the source of this thing?
So to better clarify what happened, it is basically just a flash of energy that dissipates up the walls and through to the higher floors.
Okay, so with that, we are making our way to the higher floors. He's going to kind of limp away, kind of leans back to the others and goes, I really think it'd be a good move to just not be here as long as we can.
Invisible Man, it is your turn.
So the fan or the air, like 30 feet in front of me, is that like the entirety of the wall, or is that just an area I could go over?
Make me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
DC 20 to be able to get over the draft. If it's below a 20, then depending on where you're grappling, you will be pushed off course slightly by the fan.
Okay, I did roll a 17. What I want to do is that he's going to shoot towards the fan, expecting it to throw him off, and then land basically right next to Imhotep. And he's still invisible, but what Imhotep might see is one of his fingers is holding one of the Jekyll juice potions. And he's going to run back and tell you, my dead friend, how about you have some of this to wet your whistle? And, of course, we can have a little bit more fun if we're all alive.
He takes the vial, kind of looks at it warily, and looks to where he assumes Jack is, which for the sake of comedy is directly to the left of where Jack actually is.
Yeah.
And is just like, I do not know if I can trust you as you are.
Well, if you can't trust me, then you can't trust Phantom over there, mostly due to the fact he's the one that gave Jack this vial. I don't know what it does, but Jack seems to assume it's something good.
And then narrows his eyes, pockets it, keeps it close at hand so that he can use it if he needs to.
And then you may feel like a little bit of like a shoulder check.
You don't need to be rude about it.
And I will try to run through, and my full 40 feet of movement end up over there.
Okay. Go ahead and make either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Absolutely, we're going with acrobatics. I got a 15.
The DC is a 20.
Oh, that's true. So he's going to get knocked off course and disappear down with Larry. Unless, I think it'd be too much. I'd be able to do the grapple gun as a dex save, but I assume that's too much.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, you don't have to come down here. I'm fine. I'll just lay on the cold tile for a bit.
Larry's like, I don't want you to see me like this.
Dexterity saving throw would be 26.
So you're able to quickly enough use the grapple gun to pull yourself just shy of the gears
Fantastic.
and not get crushed and scramble back up to the middle of the
Just
catwalk.
curls his toes, and there's like an invisible worry sweat.
So Mary, it is your turn.
Okay, well, first things first, I go into a rage.
There you go.
Sea Storm. We are going to lightning this motherfucker, and it's a DC of 15.
And that is an 11.
Not a good.
Nice.
We like it.
That will be a grand total of 5.
Okay.
And I know, hearing earlier that a 24 didn't hit, but I know Phantom's attack hit. I'm just gonna swing away.
All right, roll to hit.
23!
A 23 does not hit.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, my 24 didn't hit.
Oh, I thought that was just because, I thought that the thing was just because of the freaking, of the magic sword, because the Hellraiser's a magical weapon, but I guess not. But the C-sharp is also a magic weapon. Okay, well, how about this time? That is, yeah, that definitely, yep, I whiff. That was a 4.
What changed?
So similar thing, as your sword makes contact, there is a momentary pulse of psionic energy that absorbs the hit before dissipating back into the walls of the clock tower and scurrying up towards the roof.
Okay, so it's not because it wasn't a magical weapon, it's against all weapons. Phantom, run!
You got it, buddy.
As I move, can I, Dan, this is up to you. Can I, for like a bonus action, pick up Phantom, or is that gonna count as an action? That probably counts as an action, huh?
That would be an action because that would technically be grappling him.
Yeah, damn it. Okay, well, never mind. I'm sorry, buddy. I was gonna try to pick you up and run with you, or carry you.
Run him through like a football.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, I think we're good.
Well, the good news is I'm 400 pounds. I don't know how strong this fan is.
That is a very good point.
So I have a very silly idea, and I'm going to run smack dab in the middle of the fan. I'm going to see if it moves me, because if it doesn't move me, I'm going to block the force with my body so the rest of the guys can move through safely, and if I need to, I will use myself as a shield against the slot.
Take a point of inspiration
Oh, hell yeah, thank you.
and make a strength saving throw with advantage.
Cool, my strength is a +7.
The DC for this is 20, but if you succeed, you will be blocking the gust of wind and everyone else can pass you safely.
22.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna like be facing the fan, taking the brunt of it, and my hair is like being blasted back. But whatever coat I have is also like flapping violently, and I'm just in front of it going, "Urgh, okay, I can do this, I can do this. Use me! Use me!"
So, Hyde, it is your turn.
I mean, well, Mary said use him, so
He did.
I guess I come out of hiding.
Just sprint like a mad lad.
Yeah, so I pop up out of a barrel, dust myself off, of course, and then sprint like a madman, like lab coat billowing behind me, past the Death Froggy Ranger, past Imhotep, past the Phantom, past Mary, and like pat him on the back saying, "Thanks, bud." And then I just run across the catwalk and hope to God that's far enough for now.
All right. Phantom, it is your turn.
Seeing an absolute madman run by super fast right out of a barrel, and recognizing that it's Dr. Jekyll, one of our objectives, Phantom turns to the sword and says, "Follow that nerd!" and takes off running.
I object to that stereotype just because I'm wearing a lab coat.
You're wearing a lab coat, you're not to it.
So just past Mary and the wind, Phantom stops and pats Mary on the back and says, "Thanks, buddy," and then keeps going. From just past the wind, I would like to pull out my whip and wacha down to Larry.
Yarhar.
I'm not sure if I'd be able to pull Larry up in a turn or just provide a thing for Larry to climb up.
How far down am I? Is that possible? Because I'm through gears and stuff, right?
Larry is on the previous floor.
Oh, never mind. I'd like to dangle the whip down, realize it's not going to work, get back up, and then dash, getting right up to behind Jekyll. Phantom's wheezing and panting how did you... What's the... It's cardio?
Yeah.
What is... That's the turn.
All right. So, before we have the Death Slot take its turn, I will jump to Larry on the previous floor.
Poor Larry.
Larry splat back on the floor, seeing stars, kind of blinking him out. He peels himself off the floor and he's like, "Man, Erik was right. Not having magic sucks. Erik was so right." Oh, okay. Well, now that I have the science room to myself, I guess I'll take a look around here.
You monster! How could you do this to me?
Hey, you could have fallen through the gears too.
I could have.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Embarrassing secrets?
Yeah,
Pictures of Jekyll at the Christmas party?
Add to your inventory an embarrassing picture of Dr. Jekyll at the Christmas party.
Yes! I'm
No!
Oh, he looks so cute. I love the sweater.
No!
Oh, the sweater has lights on it, man. Science is crazy.
They tricked me into wearing the Rudolph ears. No, I didn't want Rudolph antlers.
Okay, well, I guess I'll look for notes.
Jordan, I know that Hyde doesn't see any of this, but I, Fob, am offended. The one man who was nice to me is now trying to find up all of my shit.
So you're Hyde now.
Larry's a little snake. Can't trust him.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Will he be able to decipher a doctor's handwriting?
Ooh.
Investigation is 0, so flat 18.
Ooh, that's not bad, though.
Not bad.
With an 18, you can go through the research notes about the experimentation that was being done on the Knights of Dracul, and you see among what is included here that a lot of the research and experimentation in order to unlock these latent abilities were being pulled from foreign DNA from an aquatic source. You see some shipping and transit notes, and this is a thing that has been in progress for quite a while that stretches back before the events of the rift opening. And you can see within essentially the planning and orders from Count Dracula that the intent of this place was to manufacture monsters in order to keep the threat alive and the necessity of Dracula present and in the front of mind for everyone. The demon incursion just bought them more time and gave them more plausible deniability.
Wow.
Fair.
Wow.
Dan, I have to... There's no way Larry would know this, but I have to ask. Is it creature from the Black Lagoon goo?
You do see from the shipping notes that the specimen that the DNA was extracted from was shipped from Brazil.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow. You know what, Dan? Points for this. This is an interesting addition to the game, to the lore.
Yeah! You managed to wrap up the two characters.
That is
so cool.
God damn it, Dan. That is too cool.
Very good. Okay, so Dracula's making a monster factory.
Which is the exact reason why I went with amphibian hybrids for these monsters.
Very cool. Oh, poor creature got dissected.
Just could have had samples taken, maybe not dissected.
I don't know if they would.
I've seen the movie.
Okay, well, interesting. Good to know. Not anything I can immediately act on. Is there anything else worth giving a look-see around here?
I will say the only other information that you can glean immediately from this journal is the same information that Ben would have already written down in his notes. It's the timestamps for each of the experiments, which have been overwritten with different times.
So we have 1111, 606, 452, 937.
Correct.
For green, red, blue, gray.
Dan, are the different times in a different handwriting also?
Oh my god, I was thinking the same exact thing.
They are.
Oh, yes.
So, Jordan, most of the notes that you're reading, impeccable handwriting. Gorgeous script. It's very nice. And then
Beautiful.
The new times that are overwritten are in just like, it looks like someone is writing with their non-dominant hand when they write with that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
I
cool.
love that aspect.
So, I will say that is a turn's worth of investigation, and you will soon rejoin the others on the upper floor should you choose to immediately go up the stairs, which I'm assuming you will.
You're saying that like there's nothing else to glean here, so probably.
So, back to the upper floor, it is now the Death Slod's turn, and as everyone is running away, its face is kind of permanently distorted into a dropped-jaw, distended grin.
Gross.
It is going to narrow its eyes, haunch over, let out one more bellow, and then it will leap off onto the walls underneath the catwalk, disappear into the shadows, and scurry away.
For clarity, it is not now just sitting in Larry's room.
Watching him.
It is in between floors, kind of. Like, the token is not just on the floor down there, like, what's up, Larry?
Yeah, no, it has skittered between floors and disappeared.
Okay. Cool.
And at this point, Larry, should you have chosen to rejoin the group, you will be arriving back up on this floor now.
I think
And you
so,
are all
but
out of combat.
I would think I do that sneakily as I'm expecting to meet the Slod at the landing, since that's where I last saw it. So I'm shakily creaking up the stairs as my back's popped a little bit too much. Oh.
Larry, how are you doing? Like, or HP wise?
I am at a third of my health, if not a little lower.
Don't worry, Larry. I'm a doctor.
Larry, worry very much. He's not a good doctor.
I'm a great doctor. Your friend doesn't have a tadpole in him anymore because of me.
It's a good point.
That's fair.
You're not wrong.
That's fair.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
When you get up here and you get past me to get past the fan, I can give you one of those potions of healing that you gave me, because they don't work on me anymore.
Yay! All right.
So, Jet and Phantom will put his hand on your lower back and start to propel you towards the stairs. We're walking together.
Okay, I like this.
Oh,
Barrel, huh? That's a pretty nice technique there. I myself have jumped out of a window before when confronted with something approximately as scary as that frog.
Fascinating.
I know, isn't it just? So tell me, before cop, priest, and narc over there catch up to us, what's the plan?
By plan, what do you mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, like you two ran up, and I get it. I'm sort of playing both sides so that no matter who wins, I come out on top.
Yes.
Why are we up here?
There is a plan to get out of here, but we need the Invisible Man to go inside the control matrix of the tower, which is on the top floor. So we're making our way there.
Oh, so we don't have to do like anything then. You and I are just gonna vibe.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of a sick deal for us.
Before I go back and rejoin everybody, what's the best way to make sure that we like succeed? Are all the frogs gonna like converge on Invisible Man in there and we should like bravely defend?
My understanding of this is a new situation that I find myself in. I believe the frogs will try to stop our ascent of the tower and will likely interfere with us as we are gaining access to the Matrix. So the stand and defend seems to be a likely outcome.
Cool. A full disclosure, don't trust you at all. But I understand that you are significantly more successful in the way that you operate if we're not dragging you down, so to speak. So I'll wait for everybody to catch up. You go on ahead and tuck away in a corner or something.
That sounded And here I thought, okay. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold back where I am, and I'm gonna let Phantom walk past me if he's going to.
Oh, I'm waiting for everybody to catch up. I'm just gonna stand here and
You're not going to get close to the edge of the cog space?
What? Well, I wasn't before, but certainly not now.
Okay. Well, then, in that case, I will try to catch up with my now thankfully clothed invisible friend.
As you walk up on him, you're going to see him. He's going to be mixing together a compound that you might recognize.
Oh.
I could either send it to Fob or I could just say it out loud. But Dan, what would you prefer?
Send it as a message.
Okay. And then I'll also send it to you so that way you know.
Editor Dan here. Grayson messaged me that he is making 2 gunpowder bombs. Okay.
Oh my god, Grayson, you're making that?
Absolutely.
I don't like this.
That's what Fob will see as he's making it all together, because everyone else was out of sight. So that's my logic behind it all.
So then same offer as previous floor. If you two would like to scurry off ahead, you've got a moment that you can get ahead of everyone.
After you, Doctor.
Well, absolutely, Doctor. And then he just walks off.
Oh, they suck.
Yeah.
So before you two start moving your tokens with reckless abandon on this upper floor...
Nope, too late, already there.
Make me another perception roll.
No!
Well, everybody else, what are the 4 of you doing as you're reconvening and slightly behind those 2?
So when I finally get past the fan and rejoin everyone, my hair was just now completely stuck backwards, kind of like Sega Saturn style Sonic hair.
You have just the exact Bride of Frankenstein updo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm like, whoa. Well, not gonna lie, kind of felt nice actually. It's just nice and cool having a really rough breeze on you, but afterwards it's like, oh, feels nice.
As I'm limping over, I give Erik like a bright thumbs up. Like, good going.
I look at Larry and he's covered in blood and stuff, and I like wince like oh, you look like shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, I need like back crack.
And then like a weaker thumbs up, like a ooh. And then we'll just head on up whenever those 2 goobers up there are ready. Doctors.
Doctors.
No, they're goobers. They're goobers.
Doctors can be goobers.
Fob, Grayson, what were your perception
I got
rolls?
6.
Grayson, I will be your eyes. I got a 16.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
So, with that 6 and 16, Grayson, make me a dexterity saving throw.
God.
Yeah. You, Grayson.
Grayson is going to do really shitty at this, but let's see what
Fine, Invisible Man, make me a dexterity saving throw. If we're being pedantic.
He is a doctor.
Shallow and pedantic.
And then Hyde or Jekyll, whichever you currently are, you do not have to make the save because you see the pressure plate that the Invisible Man is stepping on.
Oops.
I got a 24 for a dex save.
You are fine.
Damn it.
So from the corner of the staircase, up above you, a little angel-shaped ornament on the banister fires off a flaming arrow in your direction. With your successful dex save, it does not hit you. You can step out of the way.
He's still futzing with his chemical concoction, and just out of the corner of his eye, he sees the arrow coming right at him, and he just kind of like shifts his head out of the way, not really even looking at it, and just keeps on walking.
Fair enough.
I will just avoid the pressure plate, but I will make sure to pick up or like pick the arrow out of the wall.
No.
And continue on my way.
You jerk. I was going to ask about that.
Clever man.
Everyone else, as you are making your way up the stairs, all of you roll perception.
Yeah, it's suspiciously arrow-free up here. Huh?
Yeah, it's very clean. It's a very clean stairwell.
You keep it very well, Doctor.
I do nothing. It's the servants that clean it.
16.
17.
8.
My perception is a 13.
Oof, guys.
Larry, with your 17, you can see the pressure plate resetting itself. With a 16, Phantom, similar thing. The 8 and the 6, you two have not clocked the pressure plate.
Dan.
Yes.
Can I finally use it? Can I use my 10-foot pole?
Yes!
Oh, what's that? Poke?
From right here, you can. And that is a good thing to note, because with the 16 and 17, you hear a slightly less intimidating croak and ribbit echo around this floor. And dropping down in front of the Invisible Man and presumably Hyde, there is a splat as from jumping off of the wall and ceiling, the large hulking blue Froggy Ranger with some claws protruding. It's got basically two like Wolverine claw nails sticking out from its wrist that are scraping against the ground as it's dragging its large form forward. It shambles out, stands in front of you two, and lets out a far less intimidating
He tried his best.
Bartholomew, we meet again.
I was gonna say poor Bartholomew.
The core 4 party members at the bottom of the stairs are once again in like a Sentai pose, but like less enthusiastic because we just did one.
Do we have to do the Sentai pose every time we enter a new room?
I mean, every time there's a Froggy Ranger.
Okay, I guess.
I like the Sentai pose, but can we just go downstairs?
Are you implying that we leave Invisible Man to die, Larry? Because that's not really my understanding. I mean, you left us to go to a lower floor last time.
Oh, I left. Yeah, that was intentional.
And everyone roll initiative. Starting off, Invisible Man, it is your turn.
Doctor, or... No. You said that you weren't the doctor at the moment. What does this one do?
This one goes by Hyde. Edward Hyde.
Oh, look at you naming yourself fully. I love it. Now, would you prefer Hyde or would you prefer Edward?
For you, Edward.
And I hear this conversation.
Fuck.
A classic question.
Shit.
Roll perception.
Damn it.
Inspiration, because that roll sucked ass. It got worse.
Can I also roll perception?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just like, kiss already. Oh my god.
Well, that was 11 total, so I could hear jack shit.
12.
With a 12, you do not overhear the conversation, but you do hear and see around you as the counterweights to the bells are moving into position. You hear one that grabs your attention, and you can see faintly carved into this counterweight, scratched into it, is a small message that says East 5.
Ooh, okay.
So, Grayson, back to your turn.
He is going to, of course, do his movement, and then bonus action, more movement. So yeah, I think that's what Invisible Man's gonna do.
Okay. So action, bonus action, and movement to sprint up the stairs, which, by the way, stairs are difficult terrain.
So he dashes up there, and I believe that's everything that I've got.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception while you're up there. Presumably Hyde, it is your turn. Oh no, confirmed Hyde, it is your turn.
Confirmed Hyde. I would like to move in front of the slod and whip out my rapier and give it a stab.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll to hit. I believe that you automatically get advantage because you are further ahead in initiative on the first round, so go ahead and roll with advantage.
And Jack got a 19 on perception.
And with a 19 perception, Invisible Man, you can see on this weight, carved into it, in neat handwriting, is a message that says South 0.
Okay.
My to hit was a measly 27.
Ooh.
I believe it's a crit then, because I'm moving before this gentleman in initiative order?
Only if it is surprised.
Oh, dang it. Oh, well.
But it is still a sneak attack.
Okay. I'll take that. 38 damage.
All right.
I'll stab him and then do a flourish and slide under him up the stairs and dash.
All right, so Imhotep, it is your turn.
I'm gonna dash and get there, and that's it. I can't think of anything else.
All right, go ahead and roll perception.
That is a 16 this time.
With a 16, you stop shy of the pressure plate and take note of it.
Hey, Dan.
Yes.
Can I reach into the bag of holding and see if somebody left something in there, like a marker or something?
Yes, you can find a marker.
Callbacks. Can I carefully mark the pressure plate?
I will say sure.
Cool.
Very cool.
And that's it. That was my action. I'm not gonna drink the Jekyll juice yet.
It's fun.
It's fun, but it's not thematically appropriate.
Of course.
All right, Phantom, it is your turn.
Yes, I hope you're all ready for the greatest, the most interesting, the most complicated turn.
Go ahead and take your dash.
I was just gonna walk.
You're not gonna. You really got to appreciate the hype.
That's it.
All right, that ends your turn. So, Mary, it is your turn.
What Mary's gonna do, he's gonna walk over here, avoid the pressure plate, because he sees Imhotep drawing on it, and what he does, he just pats him on the back and says, "Thanks, buddy." So you know what? Mary's just gonna go here and flip off the frog.
Excellent.
Hey, frog. Fuck you.
Now it is the blue slot's turn.
Oh, shit.
And it is going to squat down and leap forward. And it is going to land just past you and is going to try to turn around and claw attack. And that is an 18 to hit.
That misses. So right as I see him just jump over, I just go, and as he's doing the claw attack, I just instinctively raise my shield up to block it and just turn my head back and just give a devilish grin. It's like, just a little bit of seasoning would make those a lot better back in the day.
All right, and its bone protrusion claws will scrape off the side of your shield uncomfortably.
As the thing lands and does its attack, Imhotep kind of, flinches, of course, but then he gets an idea. Mary, push it back onto the thing, the plate thingy on the stairs here. Take the attack.
Will do.
All right, Larry, it is your turn.
Oh, Nelly. Okay. He's going to use his actual cane and the scythe, kind of like hikers' walking sticks, to sort of help him out.
Yes.
I'm just so tired and so crunched. I get my 10-foot pole ready to smack the button. I hold an action to tap the button if the blue salad is close enough.
Blue salad?
Yes. I'm so tired.
All right, Invisible Man, it is your turn.
I'm going to start looking at the counterweights to see if there's anything else in particular.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh no, not perception. It's 11.
With an 11, you see that on this counterweight is written the words West 11.
Alrighty. After Invisible Man notices that, Invisible Man will sigh. Oh, fine. Let's have a little bit of fun here. And I'm gonna go for a sneak attack on the blue one with my hand crossbow. I think I rolled 2 19s.
That'll hit. So go ahead and tack on your sneak attack damage.
27 damage.
Alrighty.
I could do movement and I could do bonus actions, so that's going to put me at 40. So I'll be about halfway up the banister.
All right, and that ends your turn. So Hyde, it is your turn.
I would also like to shoot a light crossbow at the blue froggy ranger, Bartholomew.
Hell yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit with advantage because an ally is within 5 feet.
Hey, Mary, thanks for doing the Lord's work. Oh no, that was worse.
Hey, you're welcome.
15?
A 15 will hit.
Ooh. Okay, perfect. 34 again. Look at me, I'm consistent. And then I will also bonus action, dash, and then take my movement. So I will move 30 feet up the stairs.
All right, Imhotep, it is your turn.
Could I feasibly get around to the other side of the slot?
Yes, you should be able to.
So I'm gonna come to the side with Mary, and I'm gonna start this, but I'm just gonna look at Mary and I'm just gonna go push, and I'm gonna try and shove the slot backwards onto the pressure plate.
If you want to hold your action, you and Mary can simultaneously push on Mary's turn.
Yes, we'll do that.
I can do that.
All right, so that will end your turn. Phantom, it is your turn.
Oh, I love how there's no room on the stairs because that makes this infinitely funnier. I'm gonna dash and jump because my plan was to run and jump across kind of like the corner to get behind the slot. but that means I'm in the direction of the push. So they're gonna push me into the slot down the stairs.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Take a point of inspiration.
Woo! So they're like leaning back to heave, and that's when Phantom's like, I got this, and I dive in the way.
You're like, oh, they just made room for me.
Mary and Imhotep, both of you roll athletics with advantage.
That's a +1 for me, but I got a 19.
Not motherfucking 20!
So you absolutely will both be able to knock down this blue slot and also Phantom.
Does the nat 20 just swing him completely around the other way?
What I will say with the nat 20 is the way that Phantom gets caught up in this push, the flaming arrow will fly directly over him and into the blue slot.
Imhotep gets next to me and yells push, and I essentially Captain America shield bash him. He just flies backwards like in freaking that scene in Winter Soldier, lands right on the thing and just gets stuck with a bunch of arrows. But poor Phantom is right behind him in like a cartoon style hugging him. He's like, no, wait up here too!
So, all of that's going to happen. It's going to land on the pressure plate and immediately get stuck with that nat 20. This will crit.
Yeah!
So he will automatically get stuck with a flaming arrow, so that will be 2d8 piercing damage plus 2d6 fire damage.
Okay, here's a 2d8 fire damage. 1 and a 5, so 6 in total. Oh, that's gonna hurt. 7 and a 6, so 13 total on the piercing damage.
Nice.
All right, so 13 piercing damage, and then it is resistant to fire, so that 6 is going to come down to 3.
So 16 total damage.
16 total damage.
It's still alive.
Oof. And it's looking rough.
Good.
All right, it is the Slod's turn. It is prone, so it's going to take half of its movement to stand up, and it only has 15 feet of movement left.
Barely gets on the other side of Phantom.
It is going to lash out at Phantom.
No, not Phantom, lash out at me.
It will make its attacks with disadvantage.
Because we're both kind of mixed up, like, whoa.
Awkward. Personal space.
It's going to make a bite and 2 claw attacks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That is a 15 on the bite.
So my AC's 10. Go ahead and...
Phantom, come on.
Oh, it's all hits.
It's all hits. The lowest that it got on any of its disadvantages was a 13.
Oh, goodness.
So, its bite will deal...
Aaron, do you know what the messed up thing is?
What is that? Is it how I'm food?
No, if you die, Marissa's gonna be mad at me and blame me somehow, and this isn't my fault at all. I had nothing to do with this.
I think you had everything to do with it.
That's going to be 11 damage from the bite. From the claws, that's going to be 10 damage twice. So that would be 31 damage total.
That's fantastic. I'm so unbelievably down. I'm so deep down. I'm down bad, if you will.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
And you will need to make a DC 15 con save.
Oh no!
Let's see how my corpse fares. 16 on the die. I do not think it's minus for the save, so I think we're good.
Make that con save a second time. Because it's 1 for each claw.
17 on the die the second time. We're good. We're good.
All right, perfect. So, as it goes to make these claw attacks, it basically excretes a toxin that coats over its little bone protrusions as it's scratching into you.
Gross.
And with your con save, you are not infected.
Oh, good.
His gasping last words as he slips out of consciousness. I lived in a sewer.
Not wrong.
And that will end its turn.
I think that's the first time Larry's learning that information. He's like, oh, that's so sad. Oh, no.
So, Phantom, I'm assuming you're in death saves?
Yes, and I would have been down on the second hit. So does like a hit on a corpse just autofill?
Oh, no.
That counts as automatically 1 death save fail.
Cool. I mean, not cool. Please don't kill me. But like, that is the facts. And Larry, you can see the magic sword is now leaned up against the wall, tapping the like flat of its blade against the wall over and over again in frustration.
It's just like, damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, uh-oh.
Larry, it is your turn.
So the adrenaline's gonna hit now of like, oh shit, it's bad. Everything's bad. It was so bad before, now it's more bad. It is going to take this gigantic scythe and just like raise it back over its head and try and swing down at the slod.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. You have a plus 10 to hit.
It don't matter when it's in that one.
I am giving Jordan my DM inspiration.
Oh my god.
I will sacrifice my DM inspo so Jordan can have it. Dan, do you allow it?
Everything's bad here.
I will say yes, you can sacrifice your inspiration to give it to Jordan.
Jordan, you're a hero.
Jordan, roll that shit again.
Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry I'm not funny this episode.
I think it's pretty funny.
I do think it is
It's pretty funny, but I'm saying I have not earned inspiration. Please, for the love of everything in the world. It's a 10 plus 10. It's a 10 plus 10.
That will hit.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, Larry leans back. Oh, he almost loses his footing. Ooh, that like little electric shock you get to like save yourself hits him, and he quickly counterbalances and swings that scythe down.
Mary sees Larry almost lose his balance and just gives a look, and let's just pretend it was like an imaginary lightning shock to get you on balance.
Yeah, you've got a little like electricity in the air from residual rages. And I'm like, okay. And that is 7 plus 7, 14.
Describe your killing blow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go, Larry.
Not heroic, not cool at all. Over the body of Phantom clinging. The like shock of almost falling down the stairs, he swings the scythe down into the slot and is using it anchored into the flesh of this creature to keep him from falling down the stairs. And he's like, help! I hate it here. God damn it, I want magic back.
And as you kill the blue slod, its life and vitality leaches out of it as it kind of disintegrates into the floor, becoming genetically unstable. Its life essence gets absorbed into the reaping scythe. Yes. And since you have reduced a creature to 0 hit points, the reaping scythe gains a charge. So when you have magic back, you can use that charge to cast a spell of 5th level or lower without using up one of your spell slots.
Oh, man.
Yes. The power! But Larry's not thinking about that right now. He's like, woo!
And as it melts away and disintegrates into the floor, it leaves behind a glowing, enhanced, enlarged pituitary gland that drops down to the floor where it stood as the rest of it melts away in genetic instability and seeps through the floor.
Oh man, I need a pituitary gland.
Gross.
I will have to ignore that for now and then use my movement to rush to Phantom's aid and to try and stabilize. But I'm out of actions, I believe, so it will just be...
We are out of combat.
Okay. Help! Anyone? A potion? Something?
Imhotep looks at Mary and goes, I think that went pretty well.
Larry's like shaking.
Larry, go ahead and roll medicine.
I'm actually pretty good at that stat, I say, as I've been really on a roll today.
Just so you know, another nat 1 will kill me.
Get above a 10 and Phantom is back at 1 HP.
Oh, that's exactly a 10.
Oh.
All right, Phantom, you are back up at 1 HP.
Oh,
thank God.
hey, Larry.
Hey, Erik.
You know, I've been in this position like a few times before.
Yeah.
Imhotep walks up and says, yes, you have. Uncorks the greater healing potion he has. He says that I am not about to make another sacrifice for you again. And just shoves the bottle into his mouth.
And a greater healing potion is 4d4 plus 4 HP.
Oh my god, 19. Woo-hoo. I'm almost a human being.
Maybe next time Erik should stay far behind us so that way he doesn't get got by the frogmen.
You know what? I'm out of magical potions. I cannot heal him. If he decides it is his time to go to do what, I'm done.
I go over to Phantom. I give him the last healing potion I have. You could drink it now. That's fine. But this is the last one. And I lean a little bit closer right before he takes it out of my hand. And I'm like, stop dying on us, please.
You know, I was planning on continuing to die, but now that you've said that,
Erik?
I feel like this is a little insensitive. I just almost died.
Zach, here's your healing potion, and let's move on.
Let's not do that again.
I'd like to take a moment to check out this counterweight.
You find in the same impeccable penmanship, North 3.
Ooh, as we're going back up the stairs, can I look at that gland real quick now that a friend is up and stable?
Sure.
And joking once more.
This matches diagrams and depictions from the notes that you had flipped through earlier, and you can tell that this is a method of both empowerment and control.
Okay. I'ma put it in my pocket.
Add to your inventory a fish gland.
Fish gland. That'll make a nice stew.
Ooh, let's put some rosemary and thyme on there. That should be, and some butter.
There we go. See, Mary wants to be a chef. I will provide the ingredients.
So, as you all continue up the stairs, you make your way into the clock face room. There is loud melodic ticking going on all around you as you are not at the height of the tower, but a majority of the way up. 240 feet, to be specific.
Ha
I don't like that.
It's only 24 d6 of falling damage.
Oh,
No.
And really the only things around in here are the faces of the clock tower themselves. There is in the center a mechanism that is keeping each of the minute and hour hands moving and adjusted as they should be. You do, however, notice that the times on each of the faces do not match the times on each of the central controls.
I understand.
Dan, do I know how this works?
I would say if you, Fob, have reasonably pieced together, then you, Jekyll, and Hyde would have reasonably pieced together.
Okay.
I think I know what the puzzle is. Can Mary take a gander at the central controls and the clock faces and think about what's going on?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Unnatural 19.
You can see that the mechanisms of clock face control have been disconnected from the actual clock faces themselves and are in fact connected to the building itself. So if you were to adjust these to a specific time in a correct order, then it would unlock access to higher floors.
He's making us do a puzzle before we can move on. He's so mean.
How dare.
North, south, east, west. On the counterweights for the bells, there was directions and numbers. Specifically, east 5, south 0, west 11, north 3. I'm guessing those are the minutes we need to change. To make sure all the clock faces are correct.
Are you sure it's minutes and maybe not hours?
I mean, that's my guess. I don't know if it's minutes or hours. That's all I got.
My play is to change the hour hands.
Before any of you touch this and get us all killed, didn't we open my book? I left some notes for us in there about this.
Larry, did you take the book with you? Or did you leave my notebook down?
Do we want me to have retroactively taken the book?
Either that or you just memorized the numbers.
Yeah, I've got the stuff written down. We have 1111 sub green, 606 sub red, 552 sub blue, 937 sub gray. Not the original start times. That is my notes.
Yeah, but those were for the frogmen.
Those are the times that we need the clocks to be facing.
Oh, never mind.
And then this is the part that I haven't 100% grasped. But the 05113. I could be totally wrong about this, but Hyde doesn't think he is. I think that's the order we need to plug in these numbers to. So south 0 would go first, then north, then east, and then west. And we would go... that's the part
hard. That's the part Fob is still a little confused on.
This sounds hard. You see the magical sword and Phantom go over to like one corner and just lean against the wall. You guys got this.
Glad to see things haven't changed.
I know that each clock has to face one of these numbers. I'm just not sure what it's the idiot. Why couldn't he have written it more clearly? There's East has a 5, so East is the 452 blue. South has the 0, so South is 606 red. West has the 11, so it's the 1111 for green. And North has the 3, so it's 937 for gray. Under his breath, Hyde's gonna wraps knuckles on his temple. He's like, be more clear next time.
That's cute. Really like that.
All right. Do we agree that's how it is? It actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Larry shrugs.
Imhotep also shrugs.
You know what? What the kids say? Risk it for the biscuit? Risking it for the biscuit.
So Mary sets the south clock to 6:06. He sets the north clock to 9:37. The west clock to 11:11, and finally the east clock to 4:52.
And as you get all of those times aligned in those positions and in that order, the bells of the clock tower go off, and stained glass begin to descend over each of the clock faces as the light within this room
Whoa, that's cool.
What?
That's awesome.
shimmers, changes, and refracts into a rainbow of colors as the gears and cogs, almost ethereally in the reflections of the light, bounce outward, begin to twist, adjust, and shift, and a set of stairs descend and drop down from above you, leading to higher up floors.
Imhotep isn't going to say anything. He's just going to make his way towards the stairs before anybody else does. He's going to be like, hello, you coming?
Yeah, all right.
Not bad, Doctor. Not bad at all.
Thanks, big guy. I appreciate the compliment. And I start staggering towards the stairs.
What the hell?
Can Mary roll an insight check on that?
Go for it.
Yay!
Larry's just gonna think, it's just like when Erik takes a compliment.
It's a 9 plus 1, so it's a 10.
Fob, I will let you decide what that means.
Oh. You see, of course it is Jekyll's eyes. They go slightly wide and they seem surprised. You see a flash of pain, like a migraine going over their head, and then they just kind of trudge off towards the steps, and you don't get any more than that.
And what Mary is going to interpret from that is something is a little off.
It's just really hard to get a compliment, I'm just not used to it.
So making your way further up these now descended stairs, you make your way to the bells. And just settling from their reverberation, Big Ben, Little Ben, and the other miscellaneous bells all bring themselves down to still their motion, and there is still a little bit of shakiness on these platforms as their reverberations die down. And as their sound dies down, you hear a skittering crawling up from the walls.
I don't like that.
Oh, there's two.
Oh, look at that. Our friends.
No!
As the Gray Ranger and the Red Ranger
Gray and red.
crawl up onto these catwalks by these bells. And you guys, of course, do your Sentai pose.
But now we've got Jack and Jekyll in it too. Perhaps even less enthused than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Pretty unenthused at this point. Really feeling the wear and tear.
My pose is to just give Larry bunny ears.
No, the humiliation.
Invisible Man is just going to be pointing his hand crossbow, just getting ready.
All right, everyone roll initiative.
Yeah. Here we go again.
Gray Ranger got a nat 1, Red got a 2. So Gray will be considered surprised.
Hell yeah.
So now Invisible Man, it is your turn.
Invisible Man is going to pull out his hand crossbow and his grappling hook and shoot across to this little scaffolding over here. And I believe you said the gray one would be considered surprised.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to go ahead and take a sneak attack because it's surprised?
Yeah, you will have advantage on this.
Okay.
And basically, for it being surprised, it will skip this first round of combat.
Going to be 18 to hit?
An 18 will hit. So go ahead and tack on that sneak attack.
Excellent. So that's going to be 29 damage.
Alrighty.
And because it's going to be skipping its turn, Invisible Man will scooch a little bit closer over here.
And this scaffolding is not difficult terrain.
Yay!
It is only the stairs that are difficult terrain.
Hell yeah.
Thank God.
Because stairs are evil. So I think that's actually going to do it because I think I used up all of my stuff.
All right, Imhotep, it is your turn.
There's so many cool things I wish I could do, but magic's the best I got is run for my life. So I'm gonna do another dash action and just start making my way to the top. I want to turn this thing off so I can start being useful again.
Fair enough.
Have you considered throwing Hellraiser at it?
So I think that's a very good idea.
Oh yes, let me just take your advice and lose my weapon.
I mean, you won't lose it if it hits.
It'd fall one floor down, but like, you can go pick it up.
Phantom, it is your turn.
Phantom's gonna turn to the team, blood oozing out of several bite marks and claw slashes, held up by, like, as a crutch by the sword, and he's like, all right, team, what are we thinking? Do I go get him? I could go get him.
No.
How about you stay behind me this time, Erik?
You got it, big boss. And Phantom just limps over behind Mary for now. I'll hold an action and I'll swing at him if they come over here, it's fine.
Yeah, buddy, I think we just need to get out of here as quickly as possible.
I'll get him.
No, I bet you will.
But yes, I will run a little bit of defense here. So if they leap at Mary or something and enter space, then I'll just do an attack at that point.
Okay, so you're holding your action then to attack if they get in proximity.
Yep.
Phantom, can I just carry you?
Carry him like a sweet babe.
Well, all you had to do was ask, and I'll like a Scooby-Doo jump into the arms. There you go.
All right, presumably Hyde, it is your turn.
Invisible Man, which one did you attack again?
The gray one.
Okay. That'll be the one that I also attack.
All right, and you are before it in initiative, so you automatically get advantage, and it is considered surprise, so it will auto-crit.
The dice have decided to turn on me. A 15.
A 15 will not hit.
I am ashamed. And honestly, I'm going to stay put. I don't want to move.
All right, Larry, it is your turn.
Can I ask to share initiative with Mary and move at the same rate?
Yes.
Since we're back to back? Okay. Because I want to stay as squad, defense squad, and move as one.
Originally, I was thinking, oh, yay, red guy, I want him dead. But now I'm like, no, let's not do that. Let's instead just, like you said, move as squad.
Yeah, take care, sweet baby Phantom. I might hold the back of your shirt like a young child because I'm very scared of falling again because I can presumably die.
Do it. Hey, you need to hold on to me? That's fine, because my plan was to do the dash action and just, because my movement is 40.
Let's take dash action together, potentially, for now. Try and get to a wall that is not above an empty floor, perhaps?
I will say if you are jointly sharing this initiative, you can dash collectively as a bonus action.
Okay, sweet.
Aw, the power of friendship.
As opposed to one of you using an action to dash, both of you together can each use a bonus action to do the same effect.
Yay! Okay, so it takes 60 feet to get there, so me dashing, that would be all my movement.
Well, he said bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, bonus action to dash, and then I can use my action to fight him.
Okay, yeah, we can get either right up on him or I have a little bit of extra reach, but I think...
We can get right up on him.
Yeah, so let's roll out squad.
Seeing that Mary intends to attack, Phantom will crawl out of the princess carry as to a phantom backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Yoda.
Yeah. But if that was just a bonus action, I will roll to hit.
All right, and roll with advantage.
Oh, thank the goodness. Okay, so 16 plus 10, 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
Oh, thank goodness. And then 12.
So 12 damage?
Yep. swinging my scythe, and then kind of tucking away. It's like, okay, we got this. And that's my turn.
All right, Mary, it is the other half of your turn.
Cool. I am going to take some swings at it with my sword.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
11 to hit?
An 11 will not hit.
Okay. I'm going to do a second attack then. All right, cool.
It's okay. You have a man as a backpack. It's okay.
13 to hit.
A 13 will not hit.
God damn it. Okay,
Okay, we're together.
So I'm just going to stay right in between Larry and the pit, the frog, and Phantom.
All right.
Thank you.
And now it is the Red Ranger's turn. And the only person within range that it can go after is presumably Hyde.
I don't like that.
So it is going to leap over the pit and is going to make a multi-attack against you.
My meat shields, where did they go?
You broke formation.
That is a 15 on the bite, 16 on the first claw, 17 on the second claw.
Both claws hit. The bite misses, but that's not the thing I'm worried about.
2 DC 14 con saves.
Will do. I pass both by the skin of my teeth.
Yay.
Oh.
As the tadpoles burrow into your skin, they are disintegrated away by the toxicity of your blood from all of the chemical messing around that you've done.
Sick.
So you do still feel the discomfort of them burrowing into your skin, getting into your bloodstream, and attempting to latch onto your bones, but they wither away and die.
Oh, it's so gross.
So that's going to be 7 piercing damage from the bite.
Oh, yay.
And then that's going to be a combined 19 from the 2 claw attacks.
Ouch.
And that will end his turn. And then because it was a surprise round, the gray slot skips its turn.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
So now Invisible Man, it is your turn.
Grayson, don't worry about me. I'm a strong, independent scientist. I can handle myself.
Alrighty. Well, he's going to go undetectable, and as long as you guys are within 30 feet of me, you'll see a floating crossbow, and he'll knock an arrow and take the help action. And whoever ends up taking that help action, he'll take a distracting shot at whoever you decide to attack.
Pick a specific person.
Oh, shucks. He's given the help action to Hyde.
All right, Imhotep, it is your turn.
Seeing everything that's happening and how things have changed, he's going to sigh, pull out the Jekyll juice,
Yeah!
and down it.
All right, so roll a d6.
2.
Swiftness. The drinker's movement speed increases by 10 feet for 1 hour.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
shit.
Okay. Was drinking the potion an action or a bonus action for me?
That is a bonus action.
I'm going to try and shove the slod off the railing.
I was
again.
also going to do that.
Can I hold my action to have Jekyll help me push the slod?
That will work.
He's going to down the juice, shudder a little bit, and here's how I imagine the swiftness works. His wing expands and just kind of starts flapping, and he just, as gross as it is, it's given him enough of like a boost to make the movement.
Yeah.
And as he arrives, he looks at Hyde and just says, push.
All right, Phantom, it is your turn.
Mary, you feel a sliding sensation down your back, and everyone hears like a wet slap as Phantom hits the ground. Inchworms between Mary's legs up to the gray slod. And then the magic sword hops on over and stabs it.
All right, roll to hit.
25?
A 25 will hit.
12 damage.
Not bad.
And then Phantom slowly rolls on his side back under his 2 teammates and puts up like a thumbs up.
Hey.
All right, presumably Hyde.
Let's go, dead man.
The best was a 10.
I mean, you are just bones.
I'm not just bones. I'm a weird devil demon dude.
Dan, I got a 17.
So on average, that would be a 14. I am going to have the red slod roll opposed. And that is a nat 1.
Oh, good.
So I will say not only are you able to shove it off, you are able to knock it into a bell. So it will take 3d6 of falling damage as it plummets 30 feet to the next floor below. It will also take 2d10 thunder damage
Okay.
from the bell, which everybody make a Constitution saving throw. as the ground begins to
That's what I
rattle.
was afraid of.
I rolled a 10. Let's fucking go.
13.
14.
So, for everyone that failed that con save, you will be knocked prone, and you will take 2d10 thunder damage.
Womp womp.
The Gray Slod failed the con save, so it will fall off the platform and take the thunder damage and the fall damage. So, let me roll that up right now. So for the fall damage for the 2 slods, they will each take 10 damage from the fall, and then that is only 5 from the bells.
I'm at 18 HP.
Mary, is it just you and me that are still up?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so it will take the 2 slods a full round to get back up to this floor. So with that in mind, Mary, it is your turn.
So, Dan,
Yes.
if I were to hit this bell with all of my strength, would that damage the slots?
Yes, it would. And as long as you can alert everyone to brace themselves for it.
I was going to do that. So I'm going to use half my movement. I'm going to yell at everyone to cover their ears.
And as long as everyone braces themselves to cover their ears and, firmly plant themselves in place, they will be able to withstand this.
I plug my little ear holes.
Plugs up ears and just kind of stays on the floor.
You're on the floor. You can't be any more braced.
So I'm going to use all my strength to lift it up as much as I can without falling off and push it so the bell can go bong, bong, and wreck the slots.
What I will say for that, roll the equivalent of a sword attack.
Okay.
And for every interval of 5, I will have it deal a d10 of damage to the slots.
Oh, because it was an 18 on the die plus 7. That means that's a 25.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it will deal 5d10 thunder damage.
Oh. Clickety clackety, they're about to get attacked. Oh, they're fucked. 33.
So they will each take 33 damage, hanging on to their more sensitive, froggy ear slits. They scramble and claw their way up the stairs, and that takes their entire turn to get back up into initiative. So now it is the Invisible Man's turn.
Using half my movement to stand back up. He's going to take another pot shot at the gray one, because we need these things done.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit with advantage.
Ooh, 20.
Nat 20?
Nice.
All right, go ahead and double those sneak attack dice.
Oh, yes. Listen, it's so nice. 39 damage.
All right, so with 39 damage, the gray slot is dead.
Yeah.
So he takes his hand crossbow, waits for the gray slod to open its mouth, and shoots right through it, goes right through the back of the skull, and it ends up right in, I would say, the shoulder area for the red slod.
And the gray one similarly will disintegrate into goo, leaving behind the psionically enhanced pituitary gland.
Okay, and then I would have a bonus action. Could I help Phantom back to his feet?
Yes, you could.
You get up. He grabs him by the shoulder and then helps him up to his feet, and then dashes off on the scaffolding. And that'll be it.
Jack never used to be so rough.
Then Imhotep, it is your turn.
So I'm going to spend half my movement to get up. I'm going to look at the doctor, and I'm going to say, you're on your own now.
Dan, can I try to trip him?
Sure. Roll sleight of foot.
Dan is sleight of foot, similar to sleight of hand, yet legally distinct from it. But you know, you squint your eyes and they're kind
It's
of the
the
same
exact same
stat.
stat.
Then 22.
What do I roll to not plummet my death?
Deck save.
16.
No, you will fall prone.
Imhotep stands up, dusts himself off, takes a step, trips, falls, stands back up, and just stares at Jekyll.
Why did you fall? Don't do that. It's dangerous here.
Inspiration, Fob.
Thank you so much.
Just gonna stare at you. Face is completely straight, but his eyes turn red.
Yes!
Oh,
He's back.
An honor.
And he just walks backwards.
Hyde just like lifts up his hand and like wiggles his fingers at you in like a cheeky wave.
Yeah.
Phantom, it is your turn.
So Phantom's gonna go ahead and, ears ringing, chug the other healing potion. 9. Ooh, slip, slip, slip. I feel great now.
Delicious.
And now, feeling great and emboldened, Phantom's gonna notice that Jekyll needs help and hide behind him, but say, don't worry, buddy. I'll hold my action, and if the red one comes to stab you, I'll try and stab it first.
I appreciate that.
All right, Hyde, it is your turn.
I will not wait for the red slot to come to me. I will go to it. I rush forward and draw my rapier.
Okay, well, never mind. I can't hurt it from
It's
here.
okay.
Bye.
I just didn't, this seems a little bit more efficient. I'm so sorry. That would be a 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
11 points of damage.
All right. And it is looking at you real unsteady as it wobbles back and forth on its frog legs.
Then I take my bonus action and I hide behind Phantom.
Oh my god.
Then Mary, it is your turn.
Do we still have one more frog left?
Yeah.
Ears!
Okay.
Damn it.
And I do the bell thing.
All right, same deal.
Covering ears.
Ah, boo, that's only 4 plus 7, so that's an 11.
So that will be 2d10 thunder damage.
15.
All right, describe your killing blow.
Yay!
This is for trying to implant your eggs in me, you son of a bitch. And I just throw the bell as hard as I can. And I get to move slightly to the side so I can see it writhe and just fall and land right on top of its head and just splat. I look over to the bell. I just kind of like give it like gentle pats. Heavy metal. And then just walk away.
Doctor, I've seen such incredible feats out of you. Cowardice is unbecoming.
I would like to pat Phantom on the back and say, thanks, pal, and walk past you.
You know your place won't be with the vampire.
Meaning?
Do you think he respects you or what we've seen you do here? He didn't even stay to watch. You know you've got friends with us if you'll have them.
I look at Imhotep. I look back at you.
Still staring.
I didn't tell you how many friends.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're a scientist. You'll figure it out.
We'll see.
Come on, everybody. Imhotep, I know that look. Come on.
Okay. So, as all of you reconvene and continue up the stairs, wafting down from overhead, there is a fog descending from the topmost room of the clock tower. As you are moving ever higher, the cloud cover is seeping through the gaps in the architecture along the tower, and you're making your way up rickety, ethereal stairs in a very heavily modified portion of the clock tower. And as you are stepping your way further and further up the spiral staircase, you can see more of that psionic pulsing leaking out from the next room ahead of you. When you reach the top of this spiral set, you will be at the tower's peak, as you have currently made your way 300 feet up Big Ben.
Holy crap.
Hyde would like to look back at Imhotep and just be like, don't trip.
Oh my god!
Just out of curiosity, do you have a syringe with you?
I do.
Do you mind if I borrow it?
What is it for?
I could tell you, but wouldn't it be so much funner to find out?
Is it for me?
Not at all. You haven't done anything to earn my ire.
I pass you a syringe. It is full of stuff. So, do with that what you will.
All right. He's going to empty it out onto the steps.
I brought a spare.
And then he'll pocket the syringe.
All right. And as you ascend the stairs, you make your way to the outskirts of the control room, and you see the entire room
is lined with mirrors.
Holy shit. That is too cool.
In the center of this floor, there is encased in glass and with hooks, needles, wires, and cords stemming from out of it. There is a guild man.
Oh no! No! Fish boy!
Sitting suspended in a central chamber as the psionic pulsing that is keeping the tower's defenses active, that is controlling the slots, that is keeping the anti-magic on, is pulsing out of it. There is a set of controls in the front, essentially to modify the poking and prodding and coercing it into psionically giving orders to the tower and the creatures under its thrall.
Dan, question.
Answer.
I want to check the fish gland I have. Is there any response from it still?
Its glow gets stronger in proximity to this guild man.
Excellent. Okay.
This creature.
Say it.
Oh my god.
Shipped from a small corner of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil, a little black lagoon. And as you start to approach the edge of this room, and your reflections faintly come into view, the floor in front of you drops down immediately. You take a step back, the floors slowly raise back up.
This is what I was talking about earlier. We need someone without a reflection.
So it looks like our fun has come to an end. Well, I, because of it being me, have a plan. You, big one. Do you see this pouch? And he's gonna hold up a pouch, just a leather-looking pouch.
Of course I do.
Excellent, your eyes work. Fantastic. If you want to continue to be of use, I would suggest you use this when appropriate. Smoke powder. The mirrors, of course, reflect reflections, duh. However, if it's obscured, your reflection will not be a problem. Wouldn't you say so, Doctor?
I would like to do an insight check to see if the Invisible Man is putting on a known lie or if he is sincere in what he's saying.
Go ahead and roll insight, and keep this to a private message between the two of you.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty.
Do not tell any of us the results, and share that information or do not.
Alrighty. So he's going to continue holding it, offering it for Mary to take.
I take it.
So I know you said that the reflections react to us. Does it react to tools?
I would say yes.
Okay, so we can't take our weapon, or I wouldn't be able to take anything with me. It would just have to be me by myself.
Yes.
Okay. So, he's going to go undetectable, completely unarmed, and head off to the stairs. But real quickly, I would like to take a look at the creature.
Go for it. So as you approach this control matrix, you see the creature. Its eyes are shut. It is strung up, floating in this vat, and looks very weakened, but it is still exerting this strange force over this tower. What are you looking for specifically?
I wanted to see if there was a way to either let it out or sever the connection.
What I will say, your options here, you will need to take control of the tower first. Once you are in control of the tower, you will be able to issue whatever orders. You could set it free, you could kill it, you could continue to keep it restrained, and continue to have in your grips an impenetrable stronghold that doubles as a monster-making factory.
Oh boy. And this is everything that Invisible Man is able to figure out, right?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh, heck.
So with Invisible Man looking at the controls and kind of piecing everything together, and he realizes what he has in front of him. I'm terribly sorry. I thought the fun was over. And he's going to go ahead and start interacting with the controls. to essentially take it over.
And as you make contact with the controls, a pulse of energy flows through you that would have dispelled any magical effects. But since your invisibility is natural, you maintain your invisibility, you maintain your grip and stranglehold on the controls, and the creature's eyes shoot open. It begins to writhe and wriggle in pain and sends out in that same almost fuchsia color. A spike of energy ripples through the floor, and for approximately 6 seconds, the anti-magic field is gone.
Here we go gathering nuts in May, nuts in May, nuts in May. Here we go gathering nuts in May on a cold and frosty morning.
And everyone roll initiative.
We are the outcasts, the misfits you might say. We deal with the nightmares that you run away from every single day. We know the world is a gruesome little place, but us outsiders, we've developed quite a taste for the grisly and morbid, the ghastly and the horrid. We know it's awful dreadful, but we like it. Just another haunted night, shrouded with unearthly fright. So when you're oh so terrified, you know who to call. The world is falling apart, we'll never take it to heart. Some monsters and creatures and spirits and specters and all, let's all have a ball.
I mean, is there anything you or I should be worried about when he gets in there? Is there an explode button? Where's his self-preservation at, do you think? Do you sort of have a clock on that?
Are you worried about the self-destruct switch? Is that a problem? Do we need to? That's not. I didn't think that would be a.
I mean, your job's to not die. My hobby is to not die. So
it's only a hobby for you.
I'm not very good at it, if I'm going to be honest.
Fair enough.
To be fair, in terms of not dying, you've got a decent success rate.
Yeah, I think honestly, having listened to the podcast, Aaron, you're doing a pretty good job of not dying.
Oh, thank you.
Other people die in your place. It's great. It's the perfect way to die.
Out of the 1 times you've died, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I mean, fair enough.